errors that most people commit when launching a business. 8 out of 10 entrepreneurs who launch businesses fail within the first 18 months, according to Bloomberg. Why do companies falter? Aside from a few factors, business owners' errors may also contribute to collapse of the company. We hope some of these tips will help you become a better entrepreneur. In this video, we'll share with you 10 frequent mistakes people make while beginning a business. Consider subscribing if you're new here to ensure that you don't miss any more compelling content like this. The first error is to trust market research. Dean Kamen had the idea for a Segway-inspired mode of transportation toward the end of the 1990s. Kamen was so enthusiastic about his creation that he thought Segways would become so popular that they will eventually supplant vehicles as we know them. Great businessmen like Steve Jobs and Jeff Bezos were inspired to spend several $1 million in Kamen's idea as a result of his intense joy. After conducting thorough market research, Kamen made the audacious prediction that the company will soon be producing hundreds of thousands of Segways. Early in 2000, Segway was introduced, but nothing transpired. Despite spending millions on the invention, the product was not well received by the market. What's going on here? Why do companies fail despite conducting thorough market research to understand what the market wants? The truth is that because people don't know what they want, market research isn't the greatest technique to find out what they really want. Humans typically believe they are so intelligent that they can distinguish between what they want and don't want. But when it comes to making purchases, we frequently act on our emotions rather than our reason. So how do we get out of this? The greatest approach to determine whether a product will be successful is to pay attention to what people do rather than what they say. Andrew Carnegie, one of the finest businessmen who ever lived, once observed, "As I get older, I pay less attention to what men say. I merely observe their actions." Pay attention to what people are actually doing, not what they are saying, if you want to launch a successful product. People are likely to purchase more of what they are currently purchasing as well as an improved or more contemporary version of it. Number 2. Working by yourself. There are around 33 million enterprises in the United States as of the time this video was produced. But guess what? Of those enterprises, 22 million are unstaffed. If you are familiar with how business operates, you won't be shocked that most companies fail. Business is like combat. Nobody walks to the front line by himself. Only a team can develop a business. Individuals cannot. 2 good minds are better than 1. Thus, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you must learn how to collaborate or form partnerships with other smart people. Number 3. Working alongside family or friends. I've never tried to work with a family member because I don't see how that will work out. But I have tried to work with friends previously, and that turned out to be one of the worst business decisions I've ever made. Some people decide to collaborate with friends or family since they realize that they can't accomplish everything by themselves. Doing business with friends or family presents a challenge since these people will eventually start to feel entitled. They would either believe they deserve a larger portion of the business, greater compensation, or less work. The world of business is a serious game. Play it alone, not with friends or family. Number 4. Obtaining financing too soon. The majority of people who want to start a business typically believe that their biggest issue is money. But this is untrue because there are hundreds of things you don't know and tens of mistakes you're going to make while you're just starting out. Those errors will not smash you if your investment is small. But if you've invested heavily, a single mistake can destroy your entire business. Don't expect to make a lot of money if you're just starting out in business. Start out as modestly as you can so that you can learn from your mistakes, fail, and eventually succeed. Number 5. Deciding on a poor company name. Choosing the best name for one of my enterprises once took me around 3 months. It is that serious. Because people always judge a book by its title, the name of your company is crucial. One of Napoleon Hill's books had its name altered once. Sales increased as a result of the new name without modifying a single word of the book. Take the time to think of a unique name for your company because no matter how insignificant it may appear, it might ruin your company. Number 6. Aiming for rapid success. If you establish a business, you might not see any profit for 3 months or perhaps a year. If you start a job today, you'll get paid within the following 30 days. Sadly, the majority of people who launch a business typically have high hopes. They're eager for something to happen quickly. I'm sorry, but building a business requires patience. Number 7. They do not use the internet to market their businesses. Most people still don't fully comprehend the power of the internet. Many owners of small businesses neglect to advertise their brands online. If you own a business in the 21st century and do not use the internet as a marketing tool, you most likely do not own a business. Number 8. Only making success-oriented plans. One thing that most entrepreneurs have in common is that we tend to be optimistic people. That makes sense because it would be impossible for someone who is pessimistic to imagine generating something from nothing. However, this starts to become an issue along the way because you haven't made enough preparations for the unforeseen. Don't merely make success your goal. Make preparations for failure as well. Number 9. Investing more time in insignificant things. Henry Ford, one of the greatest businessmen who ever lived, once stated, "Thinking is the hardest work there in." There are much too many minor details in business that don't contribute to the bottom line. Delegating these tasks will free up your time for more important activities, such as reading, thinking, strategizing, and marketing. Number 10. Being too sentimental. Whether you want to hire people, negotiate a deal, or purchase raw materials, you will be tempted to be emotional. Now, consider what it means to let your feelings determine who you hire. Imagine letting your feelings stop you from dismissing someone you ought to. Imagine being sensitive during a contract negotiation. When making business judgments, an entrepreneur must work very hard to be honest, tough, and if at all possible, unemotional. In conclusion, you must avoid the aforementioned errors if you want to be successful in business. Don't base your product creation on what customers say. Take note of what they do. Avoid working alone. Develop a team and collaborate with others. Don't start a business with friends or family. Don't look for funding too soon. Be patient and imaginative while naming your company. Don't be emotional. Don't expect success right away. Promote your company widely online. Spend less time on the tiny things. Be tough, inflexible, and powerful. We appreciate you watching our videos. Our team would be thrilled if you could like this video and share it with your friends on social media. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new so you won't miss any more awesome videos like this.